Hey everyone, I hope y'all are having a great day, and today I'm going to be sharing my top 5 romantic tropes. You know, I love YA as a genre, and one YA staple is that basically every single book has some kind of romantic plotline. So as someone who's read a lot of YA, I feel like I've been exposed to a lot of different romantic tropes. And the thing is, tropes aren't necessarily bad, you know? Like, they're common, they're recognizable, sometimes they're a little cliche, but sometimes they're just a lot of fun. We see a lot of common romantic storylines repeated again and again. For example, falling in love with your best friend's sibling, or there's like a rivalry between two families or clans, or sometimes they're like soulmates that find each other in every lifetime. So those are a few examples of romantic tropes that I see time and time again. And now I'm gonna list my top 5 favorite ones. Coming in at number 5. I don't actually have like a cute name for this one. I wrote it down in my phone as interclass romance. What I mean by this is that I love when the two romantic leads are from different social classes. For example, in Boys Over Flowers, if you've watched that, the main girl character is pretty working class, and then the love interest is quite literally the most powerful teenager in Korea. Or like in Mistborn, Vin is just a street rat and Ellen is like royalty or something. I don't know, I just love when love transcends social strata. Number 4 is pen pals. This doesn't necessarily have to be handwritten letters. It could be like emails or instant messaging someone, whatever. Like in You've Got Mail. I just love when people connect over written word without taking into account appearance or anything like that. I just feel like it's such an idealized vision of loving someone for their personality. And of course, in the end of these stories, the two leads always end up being really hot, but the idea is still there, and I like that. My number 3, I also don't know what to call it, but I wrote it down as the Tudor deal. I just love when there's some kind of deal or bargain involved. As in, if I tutor you in this subject that you're feeling, you're gonna help me out with this school project or something like that. And in the end, it's basically just a formula to get our two leads to hang out with each other as much as possible so that they can fall in love. I don't know why I like this one so much. I just like that they're learning from each other, I guess. I also just like that there's a guarantee in the plot that the characters are gonna be around each other. We're getting down to my top 2. So I love these top 2 almost equally, so it's really hard to rank one over the other, but I ended up doing it anyway. But my number 2 is when best friends turn into lovers. An example of this is Percy and Annabeth from Percy Jackson. I love this trope so much, and I think it's because to me, it's like the pinnacle of a perfect relationship. I feel like ideally you would want your partner to also be your best friend. So I love this one so much. I never get tired of reading it. And that leads me to my number 1. Number 1 was almost dethroned by Best Friends Turn Lovers, but it's kind of the exact opposite. And that's when hate turns to love, or enemies turn to lovers. I love this one. I just love the idea of being able to rework a bad first impression. An example of this is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, or of course, the iconic Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. The thing about this one is that it's clearly just based on misunderstanding, but also growth of both characters, and I love that. I love this one because you get the fun, like angry tension in the beginning where they hate each other, but then you also get to see the sweet interactions by the end, and so you really get the best of both worlds. I think there's just something so ageless and continuously fun about reading about two characters who initially hate each other and then learn to like each other. But yes, those are my top 5 favorite romantic tropes. I love to see these, even though they're so cliche. I never get tired of them. I would love to know what your top 5 favorite tropes are too. I want to see whether ours overlap, or I want to see if you've thought of tropes that I didn't even consider when I was compiling this list. But yes, thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll have a fantastic day and happy reading. Bye!